Chapter 1: Explosion and Crossing. You are listening at famvetv.info. Bikuj www.novelhall.com, the fastest update of the latest chapter of God. Level star system. Zhang Yu trod a few steps, a beautiful volley, kicked the iron cans on the street high, and flew over the high wall in front, drawing a beautiful arc. Looking at the speed and angle of the can, Zhang Yu was very satisfied with his control. Since crossing, it took him a long time to adjust his body state so perfectly. To say that before crossing, he really wasn't called Zhang Yu, and his original age was not as young as it is now. In his 30s, he is a standard 3.0. hanger without a house, car and his wife. Changing jobs is like walking around. This is not the case. It didn't take me long to find a job as an inspector at a dock. I came to this messy world in a big bang. Zhang Yu, this name, which is different from the octopus and the same sound, is his own life code in this world. Hookahbook. Crossing, after all, is a very different way of traditional tourism in different worlds. According to the past, for the two people to interpret the two words, ordinary translators will have any God-level supporting skills to use. Maybe it's the touching voice of the weeping ghost god, or the popular God-level acting skills, or it comes with a pair of special palms, such as God's palm, and of course, it may be the top that can climb Everest with closed eyes. Excavator mountain climbing technology. As for one of the many traversers, Zhang Yu, if you don't bring anything to wear, would it not be possible to reach the minimum standard of crossing that in this completely different world of social structure? Zhang Yu also gradually discovered that he was also a little secret. Speaking of which, I might say a few days ago, Shi Jianyong was the fund office, and Zhang Yu had just been awarded the title of Zhonghai Shi Yong as a good boy. Of course, this is not because the money is not ambiguous, or because the old lady helped the road to cross the road. The reward that fell from the sky, before the head, is Zhang Yu, the original owner of this body, the original Zhang Yu. Because of a brainless act of saving a child from the water, he was admitted to the hospital and his life was dying. Later, Zhang Yu, naturally nested in the nest and dove, lay on the hospital bed for a few days, and then figured out the whole story. Dare to have the talent to help the old man not to be afraid. To say that the secret of S body was also discovered by him accidentally lying on the sickbed. The parents of the rescued child came to the hospital with a lot of things after Zhang Yu was awake. The life-saving grace is naturally grateful. I am grateful to Zhang Yu for his gratitude. Except for not kneeling, the praises that can basically be used are almost swiped, and Zhang Yu, who looks like a young man in the hospital bed, but has old scum in his bones, is an old man. When he saw the other family, he was dressed like a dog and looked like a good family. Naturally, I would like to take this opportunity to see if the other party has any benefits. It is said that there are cheap. Do not occupy the bastard. When you save people, you have to be tall, and after you save people, you have to be tall, or else you have to save them for nothing. Zhang Yu, on the hospital bed, with righteous expression, said that the scene was seamless. Linked with his own personal qualities, he described Gao Fengliang festival, upright, and said that he was like Lei Feng reborn and Jiao Yulu resurrected. Just when Zhang Yu was blowing a smallpox and the spitting stars were spraying directly, no one in the room found that the rescued child had an inexplicable admiration for Zhang Yu, who was covered by a mess. Coincidentally, at this time, a message suddenly appeared in Zhang Yu's knowledge of the sea. Congratulations! The host has gained a fan. A prestige God star system is being activated. Please be patient. The sudden confidence that made Zhang Yu feel confused. I don't know what the situation is. The emergence of an unexpected event interrupted Zhang Yu's interest in speaking and fell into contemplation. The rescued family left because they were afraid of delaying Zhang Yu's rest and sat for a while. What disappointed Zhang Yu was that he didn't leave him with any benefit. When Zhang Yu rolled her eyes for a few days, she scolded the other person white-eyed wolf in her heart. When she didn't report it, she crossed the river, demolished the bridge, and smashed the donkey. To be awarded to Zhang Yu, the city seized the Volunteer for the Good Young Man Award. because the rescued boy/s father was actually the deputy mayor of Zhonghai, the surname is Wang. If it were not for his great efforts to make this happen, it would not have been so easy for Zhang Yu to obtain this hard-won opinion and win a prize. Anyway, if there is an award, there will be a certificate of merit, and if there is a certificate of merit, it will be inevitable to give a bonus. The current Zhang Yu is essentially a character who is cheap and does not occupy the bastard. He has the money to take it, and why not take it, not to mention that he is not taking it for free. After all, he almost took his life. After Zhang Yu was discharged from the hospital, the award ceremony was expected to be held, and the award presenter was also Vice Mayor Wang. Zhang Yu held a bonus and a certificate of merit, and took a picture with the deputy mayor with a smile on his face. If Vice Mayor Wang is grateful to Zhang Yu, it must be grateful. In fact, even Daddy is not overly grateful. His son is the only son in the family, a single pass for several generations. In this indifferent society, when such an accident occurs, it is even more important to be able to retrieve a life and save the benevolence of benefactors. Coincidentally, although Deputy Mayor Wang is not a member of the Standing Committee of the Municipal Party Committee, he is the deputy mayor in charge of education. Naturally, Zhang Yu has to be very concerned about his education and learning issues. Zhang Yu would like to say this academic performance, no matter in the past or now, it/s really not good, it/s called a dish. He didn't/t seem to be born of books. After graduating from the third day of junior high school, she dropped out of school with her blushing academic performance and was doing nothing every day. Before the accident, I gave people a plate for a few months in a restaurant. The few days before the rescue, I was tired, I just resigned, and walked around blindly. Zhang Yu/s mother, Yu Meixiu, watched her son drop out of school and worked at a young age to take care of his dishes. He wasted his studies and felt a little irritable. Exactly by the chance that Vice Mayor Wang asked, the condition reflexed. Upon hearing what Vice Mayor Wang said, the city sees a good young man who is brave, a model of spiritual civilization, a person of such noble character, and a benefactor of his own family. How can this be? This is simply the face of the leader of the city/s education system. Still slamming, although the current society has high requirements for students, schooling is mainly school-based, but if it is not good, it is normal for them to not go to school. But how a teenager learns is only part of many requirements. Whether a spiritual civilization is healthy or not is also closely related to its own quality. Besides, this Zhang Yu is also the saver of his son. Vice Mayor Wang has already positioned Zhang Yu in his heart. How can such a high-quality, highly civilized, and high-quality 3-high teenager not go to school? Vice Mayor Wang had a decision in his heart and waved to the principal of the city/s first middle school not far away that you should know that today, after all, there is an awarding event about young people/s righteousness. As the principal of the first middle school in the city, Huang Yi must be there. Moreover, the head of the direct management system came today, and as a 24-hour warrior, it is impossible to be absent. As a veteran in the workplace, Huang Yan should have gone up to make a flatterer every time. However, as an old guy who has been working in the field for many years, he has at least sharp eyesight. He had long seen that Vice Mayor Wang seemed to be familiar with this boy, and the two of them could not be bothered to talk. Although Huang Jing didn't/t go, his main energy was directed to this side. It can be said that when Mayor Wang beckoned him, he discovered it sensitively the first time, and naturally walked over with a smile on his face. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.